Good evening. My name is Joseph Sippets. I'm here for St. Joseph County Public Library. It's time for another Saturday night story. And tonight, I will be taking as our sacred text Drive-Thru Dreams by Adam Chandler. It's a journey through the heart of America's fast food kingdom. Yes. I'll be reading from a chapter called Belonging. In the emotional realm, beyond the fickle and fleeting joys of social media, there lies a deeper, more gratifying range of feeling. As any cult or professional association can attest, a sense of belonging is a powerful sensation. And fast food chains are some of the most skillful cultivators of this kind of collective loyalty out there. In 2012, for example, the Chicago Bulls had all but pulled away from the Orlando Magic in a fourth quarter of an early season game. As the clock wound down to the final minute, the crowd at the United Center grew loud, but also urgent. They weren't just cheering for the Bulls' imminent win. They wanted, nay, they needed their team to score again. With less than 20 seconds left, the Bulls had 99 points, and if they broke 100, then everyone in attendance would win a free Big Mac as part of an ongoing McDonald's promotion. As chants of "We want Big Macs, we want Big Macs" rained down from the rafters, the Bulls' star power forward Noah grabbed a stray rebound with 7 seconds left, and instead of running out the clock, he pulled up from deep and took a long three-point shot, and a shot that was well beyond his range. Not only did Noah miss badly, but he was also summarily chewed out by his coach for taking a careless shot. "I just got caught up in the moment," Noah said sheepishly after the game. "And I was trying to get the people a Big Mac. They really wanted a Big Mac, and I felt like not only did I take the shot and miss the shot, we didn't even get the Big Mac." But in the now century-long history of fast food, one fan-driven creation story supersedes all others. It combines the zeal felt for Jack-in-the-Box tacos with the spiritual character of the Filet-O-Fish and the desperate communal longing for Arby's Meat Mountain, then stipples it with the artificial alchemy of Doritos flavoring and the greatness of a rare human spirit. It is the story of Todd Mills and the Doritos Locos Taco. Todd Mills' stint in the Air Force had not been uneventful. He had trained bomb-sniffing dogs and served as a security escort for Bill Clinton when he took trips home to Arkansas during his presidency. After a bomb went off at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Mills and his dog Henry were first on the scene to investigate and to make sure that no other bombs had been planted. But in 2002, he was 30, living in Arkansas, and still had not used his GI benefits yet. His wife Ginger convinced him to finally go to school, where he studied business writing and information technology and set himself out on a new career path. A relentlessly good-natured guy, Mills made friends with his professors. "It really bugged me sometimes how friendly he was," Ginger said. "We'd go to a gas station, he'd run in for a Dr. Pepper, and he'd stay in there an hour, and I'd have to go in after him and say, 'Are you coming?' And he'd say, like, 'I just made this friend.'" "No airs about him at all," his best friend and Air Force buddy Jimmy added. "The most easygoing, gregarious person, always had a laugh for everybody. I'll never forget that. He was like that with any stranger. If he was here right now, you'd be on the floor." Ginger tells a story about Todd going to a Photoshop conference and befriending a fellow conventioner who eventually wrote a book about Photoshop. The book's dedication went to Todd. The guy knew him for a week. It was Todd's Photoshop prowess that eventually placed him in the pathway to Taco Bell history. He loved taco salad, Ginger remembers, and he always made them with Doritos. According to the legend, Todd's eureka moment arrived one day when he was eating a Taco Bell taco in front of his television. A commercial for Doritos came on, and immediately the lightning quiver of genius trembled through the universe. Doritos and Taco Bell and Doritos. The two American titans of chemical gastronomy. Todd's subconscious had been depositing clues for years, and finally, as a true visionary does, he saw the entire galaxy where others had only seen a star. "Imagine this: taco shells made from Doritos," he scribbled in a letter he sent to Frito-Lay, the parent company of Doritos. "I know, It's an amazing thing to ponder. And it was. But the suits in Frito-Lay were not receptive. They were all thanks but no thanks, Ginger recalled. We don't take suggestions. So Todd took matters in his own hands. In 2009, he founded the Taco Shells Made from Doritos movement. He would Photoshop nachos, cheese, Doritos colored taco shells onto famous tableau and share them on Facebook. In one doctored photo, a taco shell sat inside a frame before adoring crowds at the Louvre right next to the Mona Lisa. In another entry, a shell was superimposed into the hands of Chuck Norris in the midst of a flying ninja kick. There was an alloy orange taco at Norman Rockwell's iconic Thanksgiving table, and another was being demanded by protesting crowds at Occupy Wall Street. Another piece showed the hollowed shell levitating within an Albert Einstein thought bubble. The masses were smitten, and the food sites swooned. Todd's movement went viral in those few years when the designation was still meaningful. And somewhere in the distance, a bell was beginning to sound. Frito-Lay opted not to produce the hybrid shells. However, in 2012, with Taco Bell now working in earnest to develop the once shelved Doritos concept, the company took notice of Todd and the thousands of fans he was collecting. He called me freaking out, Jimmy recalls. I'm like, calm down, what's up? He's like, Jimmy, I'm going to Irvine. I can't believe it, man. I could not believe it. Taco Bell flew Mills out to their shiny Southern California headquarters, a modern, massive complex once occupied by a Ford factory. They introduced him to the CEO, took him out for a steak dinner, showed him the test kitchen where his dream vessel, the nacho cheese flavored Doritos Locos Taco, was being finalized for voyage. Mills became one of the first people in the world to try it, texting Jimmy all the way through. So he's sending me a picture. Yeah, I'm going through the mothership. And there's this mariachi band when he gets in, and this guy just won the golden ticket. And he gets up there and he goes to the kitchen. He eats the first one. He's kind of live tweeting this stuff the whole time. He met the CEO. They gave him a t-shirt, and you know what? He gave that away too. That's just the way he was. After the trip, Todd posted a picture of the Doritos Locos Taco shell superimposed over the deck of the USS Abraham Lincoln beneath a Mission Accomplished banner. To the distress of some of his friends like Jimmy, Todd never sought compensation or credit. My thinking, just because I had little girls, was, lawyer up, man. You don't even have to ask for $1 million. You could probably just put your kids through college. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That was just the way he was. That was one of the great things about him. I probably would have shown up with a lawyer and got it booted out. I told him, this is such a great idea. This is going to be freaking huge. And it was. In the first 10 weeks following its much ballyhooed launch, Taco Bell sold a staggering 100 million Doritos Locos Tacos. 2 more varieties, the Transcendent Cool Ranch and the Serviceable Flemus, were later introduced. The company boasted that the new national obsession led to the creation of 15,000 jobs. Even those who might not be expected to take these russet-colored shells seriously did so with aplomb. The shell is paper thin with a delicate crunch, William Grimes wrote in the New York Times. The shell does not overpower the taco filling. So far, so good. The meat filling just lay there like ballast, but the lettuce was fresh and crisp, and the grated cheddar had an assertive tang. In other words, for what it was, the Doritos Locos Taco is pretty good. Back in Arkansas, the realization of Todd's dream stirred serious excitement. Jimmy tells a story about how his daughter's thrill over the Doritos Locos commercials offered the chance to teach her how to not feel limited about her ambitions. You can do it, he told her. It's not just those special people who get to become famous and fly to the moon. Anybody can do it. Less than 2 years later, in late 2013, Doritos Locos Taco sales had surpassed the $1 billion mark, making it the most successful product rollout in Taco Bell history. Meanwhile, in Arkansas, Todd, just 41 years old, Lay ailing of cancer, the father of two young daughters, he had attained some small sense of celebrity as a champion and, by some belief, the creator of this wildly successful product. As his friends and relatives worked to form a network and begin crowdfunding efforts to help pay for Todd's treatment and for family's future, the story got more complicated. All the attention that had been so instrumental in promoting the ideas before now took on a different tenor. After Taco Bell donated $1,000 to fundraising efforts, it attracted media attention and ignited a firestorm of criticism about whether the company could or should do more. Ultimately, Todd's struggle was brief. He went to the doctor with a headache in July and passed away on Thanksgiving. Following his funeral, those close to Todd sought a less somber way to salute him, a celebration more befitting his youth and punch. We went to the Taco Bell. What better place to go, Jimmy told me. I don't remember who came up with it. Every one of us knew that's what we needed to do. It was a big send off, and a lot of us had not seen each other in years. It seemed like the natural thing to do. I've got a picture of it somewhere. My daughter's face has a face full of Locos Tacos. It just seemed like a proper send off. It's one of those cliches. It's what he would have wanted. Word of the honorary excursion to Taco Bell emanated out from Little Rock and into the world desperate to feel connection. For months after Todd's passing, Ginger received condolences from near and far. I got a ton of strange messages from random people all over the country. A lot of them were widows who said, I know what you're going through. People who had lost children would say, I know the grief. It was weird to me that they were contacting me, but for the most part, they were kind hearted. They meant well. And a lot of them were also photos of strangers eating Doritos Locos Tacos. It was still kind of neat, the attention that he got. He would have gotten a kick out of it, I know. He would have cracked up. From funeral cakes to Shiva spreads to Irish poutine and Mormon potatoes, food has often comforted during times of mourning. Regardless of whether tributes are affixed to an ancient tradition or a customized to modern taste, they enact a feeling of membership and solace. That the Doritos Locos Taco could be a national sensation and still hold a deeply intimate meaning reflects the degree to which our inherent American identity is intertwined with these products. They span far beyond our likes and dislikes to symbolize memories of life's significant moments, a universal and accessible collective memory to which we can all belong. Good night.